A gorilla joyfully welcomes a rare newborn into the world. But within moments, a wave of worry grips the doctors as they discover a serious and unexpected issue. When humans and animals become mothers, something very special happens. It's about the miracle of bringing new life into the world, of welcoming babies with love. This is not an easy journey. Just as a delicate flower takes its time to bloom, human mommies and animal mommies wait patiently and work hard. Sometimes the waiting becomes long and the work becomes really tough. It's like climbing a mountain that's high and steep. But when the baby finally arrives, after all that hard work and waiting, it feels like the sun is shining after a rainy day. The heart sings with happiness and tears of joy flow because it's a magical moment filled with love and courage. Now let's talk about a special 20-year-old gorilla mom named Nagela. She was strong and brave, just like the wind that pushes the clouds away. When it was time for her little one to arrive, things got tough. It was like the rain was falling hard, but she didn't give up. With love in her eyes and courage in her heart, she faced the challenge. She showed how powerful a mother's love can be, even when the path is rocky. On a completely ordinary day at Burger's Zoo, chaos hit the scene. Well, that's because Nagela started feeling intense labor pains. But let's back up a bit. Meet Wilco, the man in charge of the whole gorilla enclosure. He is like the guardian of the furry family and the symbol of hope for the entire gorilla species. The thing is, gorillas are in a tough spot these days. They are endangered and struggling to survive. And our guy Wilco has been fighting tooth and nail to keep these gorillas safe and sound. And oh, don't even forget about his mission to rescue the zoo itself. You see, the owner of the zoo tragically passed away and didn't leave a solid plan for the future. So technically, without any money, the zoo could have easily turned into a ghost town. But hold on, just when you think it's game over, here comes the power of unity. The zoo staff made up their minds that they won't let their dear zoo collapse. They rolled up their sleeves and started cool events to raise money. It's like one big family worked together to make the world a better place for these amazing creatures. So back to the day when Nagela was in labor pain. As she was struggling with the intense pain, the zookeepers were watching her with a mix of excitement and worry in their eyes. The staff had planned every little detail perfectly. They even made a cozy spot for Nagela. However, all the plans were soon overtaken by an unexpected course of events. Nagela was an experienced mother, but this time it was different. She had to dig deep within herself and push through in a way that she hadn't done in a while. After some intense effort, the moment finally arrived. Nagela did it. She gave birth to a lively little baby gorilla, a boy full of wonder for the world around him. She picked up her baby boy and cradled him gently with her dark and furry arms. It was a heartwarming scene, her baby's tiny hand gripping her finger as she checked over him, making sure he was just perfect. The experts came in too, ensuring everything was all right with the little one. Everybody let out a big sigh, feeling relieved that the difficult part was over, but the situation took a turn for the worse. Nagela started to show signs of distress and her focus shifted away from her baby. It was a worrying moment for everyone watching. And up in the observation deck, Wilco and his team realized there might be something serious going on. The vets tried to help Nagela, but she wasn't having it. She was on the ground, moving around and holding her tummy, similar to how she was just before giving birth. Then a realization hit Wilco. He immediately asked his team to be prepared for another birth. The team was confused at first, but soon they saw it too. A little part of the baby was starting to come out, getting ready to enter the world. Twin births are very rare in gorillas, and to have both babies come out unharmed is almost like a miracle. But there was an urgent concern. Nagela was bleeding heavily and was in severe pain. She was trying her hardest to be strong though. Finally, after a long and tiring process, Nagela brought another baby into the world, this time a girl. She was just as adorable as her brother and was a beautiful sight. However, she wasn't doing well as she was coughing and struggling to breathe. Any of these things alone could be really bad, and together, it was like a big storm of trouble. So the team of experts rushed the little one to an operating room with a bunch of doctors. Nagela was worried, like, who wouldn't be? She watched her baby be taken away by the team of doctors, but a bit later, she kind of relaxed, taking a deep breath as she trusted the team. After dealing with the tough work of giving birth, she was exhausted. So she closed her eyes and drifted off to sleep, knowing that the vets would take care of things. The baby girl was in critical condition, so the team of experts connected her to some tubes, making sure she was getting the minerals she needed. But she wasn't getting any better. It was a tough situation and everyone was feeling down about it, but Wilco still had some hope. He was even trying to get his special medicine that could save their day. But things didn't go as he wanted. The research places turned down his request for the medicine and no one nearby had it either. The closest option was in Spain, but it wasn't exactly around the corner. They could send it quickly, but it would still take days to get here. The team was trying their hardest, taking care of the baby every second, but time was slipping away. In the meantime, Nagela woke up from her nap, but she realized something was not right. Her little baby was nowhere to be seen, and the people were missing too. Panic started to take over, making her heart race. She held onto her other baby as tightly as she could. With desperation in her eyes, she started hitting the fence, almost trying to get out and see if her baby's all right. Things weren't looking good for the baby, as her heart was beating slowly and it seemed like she might not make it. But just then, Wilco came up with a wild idea. He wanted to let Nagela hold her baby. He believed that this might make a miracle happen and make the baby better. At first, his team wasn't so sure, but they had no better plan, so they went along with Wilco's plan. Wilco gently carried the baby into Nagela's enclosure. As soon as the mother noticed her lifeless baby, she hurried over to Wilco and delicately lifted her second twin from his arms. This shocked the team because they thought Nagela would be aggressive. But what happened next was even more shocking. Nagela held the newborn gorilla close, gently rocking it from side to side. Gradually, the baby gorilla stretched its limbs, moving in a way that it hadn't since birth after feeling her mother's warmth and embrace. It was truly a magical moment. Nagela held both of the twins close to her chest, and miraculously, this closeness seemed to work wonders for the baby's health. Wilco approached the baby girl and gently rested a stethoscope on her chest. He listened closely and heard the reassuring sound of the baby's heart beating stronger. He couldn't believe his eyes, and his mouth was hung open. Filled with joy, he shot a thumbs up towards his team, like a victorious high five, to let them know that they had won the battle to save the baby gorilla's life. The baby girl was tested again, and she was sure on the path to recovery. The next day, the much-awaited medicine arrived. Wilco immediately injected it into the little one. Within a few hours, signs of improvement appeared. As the medicine worked its magic, the baby began to respond positively. The birth of twin gorillas at Burger Zoo made headlines worldwide. People donated a lot of money to support the zoo's conservation project, securing a bright future for its animals. And thanks to Wilco's quick thinking and leadership, the zoo got new medical equipment for future births. Wilco started spending most of his time with the gorillas, especially the twins. These once fragile babies grew stronger each day and became symbols of hope for everyone. Their survival inspired a commitment to protect endangered species, setting an example for future generations. Fast forward a few years, the twins turned into grown-up gorillas, living a peaceful life with their gorilla family at Burger Zoo. They showed the world what it means to never give up and to keep going even when the odds are against you. That's it for today, folks. We really hope you had a great time watching the video. Feel free to drop your thoughts about this story in the comments below, and if you've got a heartwarming story to share, don't hold back and let us know.